Worried about gout? Check out Ural, the effective urinary alkalinizer. Ural, neutralize your uric acid problem now.
Welcome to KiniNews. I'm your host Prasad. We sat down with DAP leader Lim Guan Eng for an interview this week. We touched on topics ranging from the logo fiasco to allegations made by Rafizi Ramli about Harapan considering cooperation with PN. According to Lim, it's just Rafizi's way of campaigning for the PKR elections.
Lim Guan Eng has no interest in the internal affairs of PKR. The DAP Secretary-General said this after former Pandan MP Rafizi Ramli claimed that Harapan was contemplating a pact with Perikatan Nasional. In an interview with Malaysia Kini, Lim said he believed that Rafizi's criticism was aimed at PKR chief Anwar Ibrahim.
I think this one is basically directed more against Anwar and PKR because he mentioned not just PH, he mentioned PKR. So from there it is clear that if there's any negotiation, I think they will talk to Anwar, he will not be with us. They will talk to Anwar, if necessary, he will ask us to come in, but basically Anwar will be the key person they will talk to. So his target is directed at Anwar. So I think that since this is for his campaign purposes, for Deputy President, I don't want to get involved. This one is internal.
Lim also said the AP issued a statement before Rafizi's claim that the party rejected cooperation with PN.
So where is the issue? So when you look at the statement, it's directed against both PKR and PH. So it is clear that it's directed against Anwar. Perhaps instead of contesting for the deputy presidency, he should contest for the president's rate. Since he's directing against Anwar, isn't it? Contest straight for the president.
Elaborating, Lim said Harapan leaders have not held discussions with their PN counterparts regarding an electoral pact.
No, as far as the top leaders are concerned, no discussion. I mean, by me or by Mat Sabu, no discussion. But second level leaders, they talk to everyone. In Parliament, you sit down and talk, they talk to everyone. But you're talking about a formal meeting to discuss, no lah. Especially for Johor, no. I myself and Mat Sabu never met Muhyiddin. I don't think Anwar met Muhyiddin. But you say after election, whether they meet in Parliament, they talk, that one, you got to ask Anwar. But as I said, because it comes from Rafizi, you have to deal with, it's better for PKR leaders to deal with him.
On the impression that he appeared to be closer to Mat Sabu than Anwar, Lim said this is because he had spent 18 months in prison together with the Amanah president.
No, it's natural for me to work more closely with Mat Sabu because we spent 18 months together in prison. No? So normally we are closer. I mean, we are also close to Anwar. Mat Sabu probably is close to Anwar also. Because, I mean, in their younger days, they were together. But for me and Mat, it's because we were in the same camp. We got to know each other very well. 患难见真情. You know, when you go through pain together, then you see the real friendship. 患难见真情. So it's natural for me to be closer to Mat. You know, Mat, he can come to my house, and after that say, hey, I want to cook. You can just cook, go to my kitchen and just cook like that. That shows the friendship that is there for how many years? Since 1987.
Meanwhile, on the issue of Harapan's disagreement on which logo to use, Lim suggested voters were let down by the coalition's lack of unity. Pakatan Harapan will need to present a united front if it wishes to win elections, according to DAP. In an interview with Malaysia Kini, DAP Secretary-General Lim Guan Eng said the coalition had trouble convincing voters they were united during the Johor election due to its logo fiasco.
You can only win elections if you fight as a coalition. Malaysia has always been ruled by a coalition. No matter how strong UMNO is, UMNO always ruled through a coalition, whether it's Alliance, Perikatan, Pakatan Nasional, or later even Pakatan Harapan. And now, it is still a coalition. So, when we go in as a coalition, it's just not DAP alone. It is also Amanah and PKR. If you don't use a common logo, what message does this tell the voters?
Harapan's logo vows are not new. During the Sarawak election, all three parties used their respective flags and the coalition came in third. It won just 2 out of the 82 seats.
When we go down there with our supporters, because sometimes adjoining constituency is PKR, no? How come mix? And then, they may stay in this constituency, but they vote in a neighbouring constituency. They get confused. If you cannot even agree on the logo, what are you talking about? A government.
No, everyone's saying...
So I think this is one of the reasons. I think not the principal reason, but one of the reasons that could have easily been resolved. And unfortunately, PKR decided to go ahead with their logo.
PKR Organising Secretary Nick Ahmad explained in January that his party decided to use its own flag for the Johor polls because the Harapan logo was deemed to carry too much baggage.
In their opinions, the PKR supporters think that the PH logo has been tainted because of Mahathir.
Yeah, that is their concern. But don't forget, you are also part of the government. By using your own logo, you will not be able to avoid being associated with the previous government. You must explain. The Deputy Prime Minister is who? It's not from other parties, it's from PKR. That's cut one. And when she was Deputy Prime Minister, she did a lot of good policies for women. You cannot on the one hand say, they have failed because of the Sheraton move. But on the other hand, you say, all these successes is all because of us, nothing to do with Pakatan Harapan. Cannot, what?
Questions surfaced today whether Zafrul had resigned as Finance Minister, especially after he did not show up to Dewan Rakyat this morning. He has since denied the rumours. Finance Minister Tengku Zafrul Abdul Aziz was absent from the Dewan Rakyat today. This prompted some opposition MPs to question if he had resigned. Zafrul was supposed to address the House during ministerial question time. Meanwhile, when it came to the time for the first reading of the Supplementary Supply Bill, Zafrul was represented by his deputy, Muhammad Shahar Abdullah. However, on social media, Zafrul denied the resignation rumours. He said he was absent during question time as he had to deal with a personal emergency this morning. He also said he had no intention of not fulfilling his responsibility as Finance Minister. In January, Zafrul told Sinar Harian that he would rather resign as Finance Minister than compromise and allow a fourth one-hour special EPF withdrawal scheme. Zafrul said further EPF withdrawal schemes would cause contributors to lose their retirement savings. UMNO's Putra, Wanita and Putri wings held their General Assemblies today, and one key topic appears to be when GE15 should be called.
Wanita UMNO has urged Party President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi to make the right decision on the timing of the next general election. Its chief Noraini Ahmad noted that the women's wing will go all out and is ready if the party is to call for national polls.
Kita juga harus sedar bahawa rakyat sedang melihat dan memahati kita menyahut seruan yang berhormat timbalan Presiden berhubung the right timing to call for election. Wanita UMNO sentiasa bersedia pada bila-bila masa apabila sampai pada waktunya.
However, she reminded that the Memorandum of Understanding inked between the government and Pakatan Harapan will only expire on July 31st.
Tapi pada masa yang sama kita juga perlu mengambil kira akan kesepakatan Memorandum Persefahaman Transformasi dan Kestabilan Politik yang telah ditandatangani bersama antara blok kerajaan dengan blok pembangkang yang keabsahannya hanya sehingga 31 Julai 2020. Tak lama lagi, puan-puan. Justru sembarang tindakan kita, keputusan kita hendaklah dibuat secara berhemah, secara matang dan bijaksana.
While launching UMNO's Wings Annual Assembly last night, UMNO Deputy President Muhammad Hassan reiterated that there was no reason to delay the snap polls.
Meanwhile, UMNO's number 2 in his speech for the opening of the UMNO Wings Assemblies appeared to indicate there was still hope for PAS.
UMNO's cooperation with PAS through Pakatan Nasional has yet to come to an end. This is according to UMNO Deputy President Muhammad Hassan. He said this is despite the rocky relationship between the two parties. At the same time, he said UMNO would never enter into a pact with those who are considered disloyal in the cooperation. He was speaking at a press conference after launching the annual general meetings of the UMNO party wings at the World Trade Center in Kuala Lumpur last night. However, the former Negeri Sembilan Menteri Besar did not give further explanation on the meaning behind his statement. For the record, in his speech during the launch of the AGMs, Muhammad threw shade at PAS, calling it a party with wandering eyes that is in bed with various enemies of UMNO. PAS has attacked UMNO on multiple occasions, with its president Abdul Hadi Awang being one of the most vocal leaders. However, some believe that there are a few PAS members and leaders who want to restore the party's relationship with UMNO.
But is the cooperation with PAS really still alive, considering the Islamist party did not receive an invite to attend the UMNO AGM?
PAS has confirmed that it did not receive any invitation to attend the 2021 UMNO General Assembly. However, PAS Secretary General Taqiyuddin Hassan said this will not affect PAS and UMNO's relationship in the federal government. UMNO looks set to push for a formal ending of ties with PAS at the General Assembly taking place now. This was signalled by Deputy President Muhammad Hassan and Putri Chief Zahida Zarif Khan. This will put pressure on the Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob. Ismail Sabri's faction makes up the majority of UMNO ministers in government and have been resisting splitting up with PAS and Bersatu. UMNO and PAS were formerly allies through the Pakatan Nasional pact, but have since clashed at the ballot box.
The month of Ramadan is just weeks away, and with many set to travel to meet their loved ones all over the country, Kari Jamaluddin shares a reminder as active COVID-19 cases near 300,000. Health Minister Kari Jamaluddin has advised senior citizens to ensure they are fully vaccinated and receive their booster jab, especially with the coming of Ramadan. In his tweet today, Kari said taking the vaccine is crucial because during the fasting month, many senior citizens are expected to perform the Tarawih prayers at mosques. Kari said 105 COVID-19 deaths were reported yesterday. He also noted that senior citizens who are unvaccinated or have yet to receive their booster shot are most at risk of contracting the virus. The Health Ministry reported another 28,298 new daily COVID-19 cases yesterday. Active cases stood at over 299,000, which appear to have plateaued in recent days. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Prasad. Thank you for watching.